I've worked in human resources for approximately 20 years, maybe a little bit more than 20 years, and 6 years at Penn Medicine, Princeton Health. And I am most passionate about being a human resources practitioner who has a heart. So essentially, even though there are times that I have to deliver tough messages, that I'm doing that with compassion and with empathy. And also that it gives me the ability to really think about the whole person from an employee standpoint. So not just focused on helping people achieve their professional goals, but when they're faced with personal challenges, being able to support them as well. Personally, I've been on a journey to understand kind of what's my purpose in life, and I really do believe that is to be in service of others.
I am a wealth manager, president and founder of Master Plan Investment Group, which is a multi-generational wealth management firm. We really focus on how do we incorporate legacy building in working with the family. And my passion is directly connected to that. As a woman, I am constantly thinking about my impact, not only on my children, of course, but the world. And building a legacy is instrumental in how we discuss everything with clients.
Soy trabajadora social con una especialidad en género. Soy feminista. Soy madre también de 2 hijos y abuela de 2 también increíbles nietos. Lo que más me apasiona de mi trabajo, y siempre ha sido así, es empoderar a las mujeres, enseñar a las mujeres con el poder que tiene su voz para poder demandar los derechos que tiene. Porque muchas veces las mujeres no conocen el poder de decir esto es lo que quiero, esto es lo que me gusta, o poner fin a muchas cosas que están pasando en su vida.
We are a Mercer County-based nonprofit. Pink Ribbon Softball hosts the Pink Breast Cancer Awareness Tournament, where I also volunteer as tournament director. Pink is a fundraising event that donates to local breast cancer charities, Susan G. Komen, and the Princeton YWCA Breast Cancer Resource Center. I am most passionate about partnering with my volunteers on our nonprofit team, along with our donors and sponsors, to help make a difference in our local community. We've been hosting the Pink Breast Cancer Awareness Tournament for 16 years. And in that time, through the direct support of our donors, our sponsors, and our participants, we've been able to donate over $1 million to our local breast cancer charities, Susan G. Komen and Princeton YWCA Breast Cancer Resource Center.
My job is about connecting people to opportunities. So I'm very, very passionate about the work that I do. We serve the underserved, the most vulnerable. So we want to make them whole. We want to make sure that they are self-sufficient and can be financially stable. I work with women, I work with young people, youth, seniors. We have re-entry services. And so it's really important as a leader that I am seeking opportunities, that we are providing great services.
Penn Medicine has established a strategic roadmap that is geared toward promoting equity and eliminating racism wherever it may exist in our organization. And so as part of Penn Medicine at Princeton Health, we are working under that construct as well. I am very proud to work for an organization that has a proactive and ongoing commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion. We have established a code of conduct that really just lays the foundation for how we treat one another as peers, colleagues, and also in terms of how we interact with our patients as well. We have a diversity and inclusion committee and a great team of people that are also focused on just looking at ways to celebrate differences within the organization. Again, establishing a culture where our employees feel like they belong and a place where they can actually be themselves and thrive.
For the YWCA's mission and passion, it directly aligns with my mission and values and work. If I think about just my work as a woman in wealth management and as a 401k manager, there are very few of us. So I'm a certified financial planner, And there are 23% of women in the country that are certified financial planners and 3% that are Black women. So give or take a couple of hundred. So the kind of conversation about financial education and literacy is core really to eliminating racism and really being an advocate for yourself as well. At times we are forced in a situation where we're reliant on someone else. But if you're able to be your own business owner or see a need in your community and fulfill that need, you may not have to rely on others who may not want to hire you because of the color of your skin or your sexual orientation. So that's independence, right away. But I really want to make sure when we think of legacy and when I think of my passions in volunteering, it's making sure that we are preparing the next generation to not make the same mistakes that we made.
I have a deep love and connection for the YWCA. I attended the Y as a 6-year-old, and it was an amazing experience. The work that I do really connects people to their dreams, and so I look at the power of possibility. And so we look at people's barriers, and we try to help them remove them so they can then fulfill their dreams. I am a member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, the Princeton alumni chapter. And through that organization, I am able to lead several youth groups. One is the Dr. Betty Shabazz Academy, which focuses on middle school girls. And the other is the Dr. Jean L. Noble Delta GEMS, which stands for Growing and Empowering Myself Successfully. That focuses on high school girls. And basically, we want them to grow up being beautiful, strong women who can impact the world. So through my professional vocation and through my volunteer work, everything focuses on, eliminating racism and empowering women.
El mejor consejo que yo recibí es cree en la educación y nunca dejes de educarte, porque esa es la llave para cambiar tu vida. Y ha sido una realidad. O sea, educarme para mí cambió absolutamente toda mi vida. El consejo que yo daría a otras personas es el mismo. Edúcate, pero no solamente edúcate. Elige una profesión que sea como un hobby por el que te pagan. Que sientas por esa profesión pasión, compromiso, amor por lo que haces, porque es la gran diferencia.
My best advice would be is to don't let anybody ever tell you your limitations and to never take no for an answer.
Some of the key advice that I've received, stand in the courage of my convictions, be confident about my knowledge, skills, and ability, not be overly critical of myself. If I were going to give advice to others, as women, we are caregivers and we tend to take on a lot and we put ourselves last. So I think the first thing that I would give in terms of advice is to put yourself first, to take care of your mental and physical well-being in order to be able to take care of others.
There are several women in my life who have encouraged and supported me. I think the saying goes, for every strong woman, there's a tribe of women behind her. But one woman that I like to focus on is my cousin. Her name is Dianthea Ford Key. And I've admired her and loved her since I was a little girl in pigtails. She was able to break athletic records. She went on to college, and then she went on to graduate school. She works in what would be considered a male-dominated field. She's an athletic director at a university. And so I've seen her struggle. I've seen her sit at the table where it's primarily men, and in many cases, primarily white men, and she might be the only Black woman at the table. But she's been able to stand her ground. And so in looking at her journey, it's just inspired me, it's motivated me, and I consider her to be one of my mentors.
There is someone who impacted my career trajectory in a positive way. Her name is Joanne Rencher. I worked with her at the American Red Cross back in 2007, and when she started with the organization, I was floored by the fact that she was a woman of color, raising a family, being a wife, a sister, a mother, but in this very high-level position. And so meeting her really helped me to see that I could aspire to doing more than I was doing. She encouraged me to finish my education, and she took a chance on me. She promoted me to a leadership role, and the rest was history.
I am blessed to have very strong women in my life, both in my family and my friends, and I am lucky to volunteer alongside several of them for Pink Ribbon Softball. Their guidance and support encourage me to always strive for more.
Muchas mujeres, muchísimas mujeres, quizás algunas sin saberlo, influyeron en mi vida. Una de ellas mi madre. Mi madre, sin decirme nada, hizo cambios en mi vida con solo el hecho de observar la vida que ella tenía. Y yo sabía que no era la vida que yo quería para mí. Así que esa fue su manera también de enseñarme. La segunda mujer en mi vida valiosísima fue la persona con la cual yo vivía mientras estudiaba en la universidad, Fide. Fue como una madre para mí, y el consejo que Fide a mí siempre me dio fue: lleva siempre la cabeza en alto. Y la última persona que yo mencionaría es una maestra de la universidad, que fue precisamente la que me enseñó la diferencia entre hacer un trabajo por dinero y hacer un trabajo por pasión. Esas tres mujeres para mí ya no están en este mundo, pero dejaron huella profunda en mi vida.
There were many women, of course, but I would say, if I think of the most influential, it would be my mother. Of course, most people would say that, but for various reasons, but one that stands out the most would be her determination to succeed and provide for her legacy. Most often, she maybe had 2 or 3 jobs to provide for her girls. I'm one of 3 girls. And there was one role at our church that she was told she couldn't have because women didn't do that. But she said, well, let me give it a try, and why not? And she was given that opportunity. So I saw that, and I was maybe 8 or 9, and that always stuck with me.
I so appreciate the opportunity to receive this award. I'd like to thank the awards committee. I'd like to thank the people who nominated me. And I especially want to thank the executive director at the YWCA and all of her team. This is truly a full circle moment because, as I shared, I was a Y girl. I'll always be a Y girl. But this allows me to be able to be a great example to other little girls who are trying to figure out their life's goals, who are trying to figure out their passion and their careers. It allows me the opportunity to share my story. And so for that, I'm truly appreciative, and I still offer myself to be of great service to the Y in any way that I can.
Me siento muy orgullosa de haber sido nominada primero y luego haber sido seleccionada, porque creo que el mensaje en una organización como estas es poderoso.
I'm so grateful and thankful for this recognition, and by an organization that I truly look up to. That the work that the YWCA does is not easy. And some people think it's not relevant anymore, but every day in some headline, you can see how this work is so relevant. And just to know that the YWCA Princeton saw Kanita doing whatever she was doing at the time and consistently and passionately doing that, and felt it important to nominate me. That was really important. And then to be selected was just a great honor and reward and call to receive.
I am hopeful that by being the face of Pink Ribbon Softball and by being interviewed, it will give us more of a presence in the local community so that they know exactly what we do and how hard our team works, as well as what the teams who join us and what the players do for us for those local charities.
I am definitely humbled to have been nominated and selected for this award. I am extremely honored that my boss, James Demetriadis, our CEO at Princeton Health, and my colleagues would nominate me for this award. I mentioned that I have a story like everyone else, and I would never imagine being honored in this way however many years ago as a teenage mother. So, here I am today before you, someone who has experienced challenges and adversity, but an example for others that you can get past those and you will survive those and you will be able to thrive.